So were there any sort of specific things that you do to cope with stress and to manage that?
So to manage stress these days, I just get on with it. I'm of the belief
Mm.
that it's just part of life. I think if you're broke, flat broke, you're going to be stressed. And if you're a billionaire, you're going to be stressed. So you may as well uh, get on with it and try and become a billionaire and be stressed that way. There's different
That's it.
stresses, aren't there? Yeah. There's I don't like to say the word stress because I think it gives it power. I prefer to
Mm.
refer to stress as just pressure.
Yeah.
If you're broke and homeless, you're under a lot of pressure. If you're a billionaire running 50 companies, you're under a lot of pressure. It's only stress when you allow it to become stressful. And I don't want stress in my life. I don't mind pressure. I like pressure. I'm used to being under pressure and I perform well under pressure and I'm well versed in it. But I don't ever let it become stress and I don't call it stress. I don't like to give it that power. And I manage it by having pressure regular in my life, allowing it in,
Mm.
chasing it. I'll go on a 6 hour hike with no food and water and stuff and just see what happens. Like, where will I end up? I go to the gym in the mornings with a PT and train combat and get my ass kicked and push my body beyond what I think it's capable of. I introduce stress. That's why people get in cold baths every morning. They introduce stress to their life, um,
Mm.
introduce pressure to their life so that they can cope with it better. And that's dead right. I think if you start every morning doing something there's a lot of pressure and stressful on the body, then the rest of the day seems easy. With what I went
Mm.
through those 18, 19 years, nothing seems that stressful anymore. Pressure just comes easy, and I just welcome it. I'm like, yeah, let's go. And I do notice other people folding under less pressure around me because they've not been through it. I think the trauma of what happened to me there for over that long time and the fact that I came out of it has been a good thing. And I think that everyone should chase some sort of pressure. I think that there's probably a direct correlation there with people who've been through trauma and what their stress tolerance is like versus the success. Um, that's why a lot of people are jumping in ice water every morning. But that's not something that I want to do. I hate that. I can't stand it. I could
Mm.
I could do it if I wanted to, but I don't want to do it. If
Yeah.
you put a gun to my head, I'm getting in an ice bath, no problem. Watch this. But I just don't want to do it. I don't think you have to get up at 4:30 every day and jump in an ice bath to be productive and successful. There's other ways you can apply pressure to your life. Figure out what works for you and just do that. And in my case, it's just training really hard in the mornings. And then I
Mm.
get to work and there might be a list of 50 things that need doing. All of them get sidetracked. Problems arise. And I'm just like, yeah, so next, 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 next. And these days I found myself just laughing at them all. I just laugh them off. Ha,
Mm.
we've made
Yeah.
a plan. We made a plan. God laughed and changed it. So let's just go with it and let's just fix problems as we go. Let's just deal with this pressure. Bring it.
That's it. Action. I think again a saying I heard a while back, I can't remember what it was, but I think it was that action alleviates stress 100% of the time, or something like that. It's just like don't
Yeah.
spend time thinking about it. Just do it. Just if you just get
Yeah.
on and do what needs to be done, you won't be stressed.
No, I absolutely agree. Yeah. Just get up every day, show up every day on a mission, and no matter what happens, just keep going with it. I spent 18 years with a hormone problem that tortured me every day. I couldn't keep my eyes open behind the wheel of a car. I felt so low at points that I was wanting to take a pair of scissors to my nipple and cut it off and stab myself in the love handles. And I was just waking up going, no, 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 keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. And now I'm flying. You can't break me now. I'm like David Goggins. You can't hurt me now. I've built this up.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, yeah, the like you say, that trauma that you had those years is kind of almost your biggest weapon now. That you have that
Mm,
to, like you say, and anything that any stress that comes into your daily life, that's nothing compared to that what you've been through. And
no.
the point you raised as well with people folding under hardly any pressure because they've not been under it. I love that you call it pressure instead of stress. I'm going to start doing that too. But people, it's got like like a dirty word now. So people avoid it at all costs, thinking it's bad, which is probably why when it comes along, they're literally folding under it. Like you say, you seek it out, which is again a great mindset to have. Because the more you go through, the more you realize you can take, and then you just, come on, hit me with the next
Mm,
thing.
yeah.
I think people need to stop having that view of it that it's such a terrible thing. It's just it's something that you're going to go through no matter what. If you want to do anything with your life, if you sit at home and do nothing all your life, you might not encounter much pressure. But other than that, you just need to encounter it and embrace it.
Yeah. Well, there's the equal and opposite reaction thing, isn't there? There's yin and yang, there's balance.
Mm,
And if you avoid the negative, you're never going to get the positive, or you're certainly not going to experience the best that life's got to offer if you don't experience the worst it's got to offer. And I think that a lot of people, I am fortunate, I am grateful that the most traumatic thing happened to me at a young age. It kicked in when I was 18 and I didn't shake it for another 15, 16 years. And that's because now I get to live the rest of my life with that in my armory. And I've met some
mm,
people in my network that are young that have been through trauma, and you can see in their eyes that they're ready for anything. And it's
yeah.
great. I love to see it. And you can also see it in the eyes of people who haven't been through anything. And you think, God, it's coming to you soon. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming for everybody. Trauma is
Yeah.
coming for everybody.